Hi. Right. The latest update from Keen Software was oxygen, and it seems to have caused people some headaches. So I'm making a video to show my retrofitting of the red start ship featuring oxygen, and I hope that it'll help with some of the problems that people are having. So let's jump in and load up. So here we are outside the red start ship. As you can see, I've altered it quite substantially at the front here, closing all the side panels that were open to space. I've installed an air system on board, so we can go straight in and take a look at the changes that have been made. So I'd like to apologise about the video quality, but whenever I record it seems to slow the game down quite substantially as well, so please bear with me on that. So here we go. Now, with the door open to the outside, you'll notice that the oxygen disappears. So if we close that door and watch the oxygen status as we open the inner door, we should see, there we go, the oxygen returns. So when you're building an oxygen system on a ship, when you've got external doors, it's always best to have an internal door close by, because if you're playing in multiplayer and other people on the ship, the last thing you want is the whole ship to decompress every time you open the door. So as you can see, I've not changed these sections too much, but when we come inside, there was a control panel here which I've taken out and now turned this into the medical area. It's quite important if you want to remove your helmet inside a ship. At the minute, I don't know whether it's going to be changed in any further updates, but you need to use the medical bay. You enter by T, and up here in the right hand corner you'll see a drop down list: engineer suit, no helmet. And there you go, remove the helmet. Oh, not sure what happened there. Let's try again. Okay. With the oxygen system on board, you're quite free to go around the whole ship as long as you've got no leaks and your oxygen is high, quite happily, with absolutely no problems whatsoever. As you can see, I've changed the open area of the original ship to make it a long-range mining ship, so got a cargo container for every element that you can pick up from the asteroids, just to make sorting a little bit easier. Back here we have the oxygen generation system. Now, as you can see, we have the oxygen generator and a vent. You might just be able to make out the particle effect showing that the vent is operational. Right next door to that we have another container which is for ice. Any ice you collect and pass onto the main ship will go directly into this container. We have a cargo sorter here which will push the ice into the oxygen generator, but will prevent any ice in the oxygen generator from being pulled back in. So you've got a nice steady supply of ice to keep your generator going. At this end, I've incorporated a hangar. Now, I've also implemented a depressurization system As you can see up there, there's a storage tank, and I'll explain more later on. So as we're going into the airlock, I need to just go back and put my helmet back on, otherwise my day will get a lot worse. While I'm back here, I just want to show you this programmable block that I've got here. If we go inside, edit, you'll see it's a mod from the workshop, and it closes all the doors on the ship. It's not necessary to have this, but when you run it, all the doors on the ship will close. And it's just a handy little feature to make sure that it's a safety net. You can make sure all the doors are closed and you're not going to get any surprises as long as you don't open the exterior door. Right, so we'll go back to our airlock. As you can see, when red light is flashing, hangar is depressurized. So if we open this door and walk inside, you can see it's a self-contained airlock, completely sealed from the outside world. You can close this door manually, but as you'll see in a second, that's not necessary. Over here we have a timer block that controls the airlock, and now for the important bit, the timer block. So we'll just go into the terminal, and as you can see, the time block is set for 2 seconds, and the actions are changing the air vent in the hangar to depressurize on and off, the warning light on and off. Door 13 is the door from the storage area to the airlock, and door 14 is from the airlock to the hangar. You want to set these for open and closed. This one for toggle block on and off, and toggle block on and off. Sorry, no, depressurizer on and off. And that's all you need to do. Pretty straightforward. No big surprises there. So if I trigger now, you can see one door closes, one door opens, and we are now without oxygen. So that's it for the timer block. The warning light is up there. We have a push button to activate the airlock, and the door for the hangar is there. So let's go ahead and see how it works. So once the button is pressed, in 2 seconds, the warning light comes on, the main ship door closes, and the hangar opens. As you can see, the oxygen has now disappeared, and that's because of this block here. It's another vent. When you press the button to activate the airlock, it depressurizes this hangar. When you come back in and press the button again, you can see the hangar door closes, main ship opens, and oxygen floods the airlock again. Inside the hangar, at this point, the vent has actually changed to supply oxygen, which we can see if we manually operate the hangar door and go inside. You can now see that it's lit up in green, which means that it's actually feeding oxygen into the hangar. So you can actually access the hangar without your helmet, as long as you manually operate the doors and not depressurize using the push button. At the back of the hangar, I have another modded door, which at the moment it isn't necessary to use a mod, as blast doors don't allow you to make an airtight seal. As you can see, as I open that door, the hangar depressurized, and also I'm losing oxygen from inside the main ship, which is why it's essential to have an airlock system in place. As you can see, with the depressurization that's done by accident, the light will turn yellow, indicating that there's a leak. So we'll go and close that door again, and you'll see as it closes, the oxygen builds up again. So we now have a high oxygen level, and it should be throughout the ship, as you can see here. Right, so let's take a look at the airlock system. As I said before, we have an oxygen tank. This will just store oxygen purely for the airlock system. Oxygen from this tank will travel through the conveyor system to the vent inside the hangar. I'll remove some blocks and let you have a closer look at that. So I've removed the blocks to show you the conveyor system. It's pretty straightforward. You have the main storage area here with the oxygen storage, conveyor tubes that go straight into the vent in the hangar. You can see here in the middle is our airlock. So it's a pretty straightforward system. I'll just explain a couple of points. Conveyors will make an airtight seal. Sorry, conveyors won't make an airtight seal. So this complete system will need to be completely enclosed in armour blocks for it to work successfully. You'll know you've got it right when the air vent is showing green or blue. If it's showing yellow, it means you haven't quite enclosed it properly and you've got a leak somewhere. So let's go ahead and replace the blocks. You will need to incorporate the design of your ship into taking into account any air systems that you have. For this demonstration, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a row of normal blocks in place, and you can see it's entirely enclosed within armour blocks now, so we should have an airtight seal on the inside. So we'll head in through the hangar. And you can see there that we've got a decompression vent in progress, which shows us that the air system is working fine. So in we go. Close up the hangar. We'll make our way back to the airlock. And we can check operation simply by closing that door. We now have full oxygen. So press our button, activate the airlock, and we've depressurized, leaving the main ship still with an oxygen supply, which if you're playing multiplayer and you have someone else on the ship, it means that they are unaffected by you entering the hangar. You can now open the hangar door, fly out with your ship, and you can leave the hangar door open for as long as you're out, because the red light will show that this is a depressurized area, warning anyone else on the ship not to enter. Once you're back in, park up your ship, close the door, leave the hangar, press your button, and your whole ship is now safe. And you can head back to the medical bay and remove your helmet. So that's my system. I hope that I've explained it well, and please comment if you wish to, and any ideas you have regarding the oxygen system or how it can be improved, or any tips for other users, please feel free to comment. Thank you.